Hey kiddos, I am going to do some math today, and normally I've been counting on to subtract, but today we're just going to work on subtraction. So what I want you to think about is down here it says, how can a drawing help solve the problem? So using a drawing is a great way to help us solve a problem. We're on lesson 7-3, lesson 7, session 3. There's 5 sessions total, so we're on the third of the 5th session. We're on page 151, and it looks like this. So again, I'm not going to write out all of it because it would just take me too much time and you all would get lost. So I'm going to read it to you, and we're going to draw a picture because that's what it's saying down here is how could drawing a picture help you? Jan has 6 pencils. So she has 6 pencils. I'm going to draw these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could even draw them like that. These are pencils. I could just do the sticks if I wanted to, but I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She has 6 pencils. She gives some away. So when I'm subtracting, that means I give some away. So if I am saying I have 5 markers and I give some away, that means I'm subtracting. Now she has 5 pencils. Remember, this means now. So this subtraction means I'm giving some. Gives some down here. So she had 6. She gives some away, which is this whole thing right here. Now she has 5. So she has 6. How do I get to 5 from that? Well, I know I only need 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to cross out that one. How many did I take away? 1. And now I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So now I know she gives away 1 of her pencils. All right, so before what I did is I drew 5 and I tried to get to 6. But here I said I have 6. I take some away. How many do I have now? 5. Now here's where we're going to compare. And this is what I've been talking about with a number line before, or a number path as your book calls it. But on this page, it says the same problem. Jan has 6 pencils. She gives some away. Now she has 5 pencils. How many does she give away? 6 minus question mark equals 5. Start with 5. How many more make 6? So they did 5, and then they jumped to 6, and that was 1. You could also go 6 back to 5. Back to 5 is 1. So if you take 1 away, you'd land on 5. Jan gives away 1 pencil. How is your way, model it? How is it different? Well, they used a number path and they went back and forth. This is, like I said before, if you're going this way, you're adding. See how it's blue and they're going that way? If you're subtracting and you're going this way on the number line, you're subtracting. The numbers are getting smaller. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How is your way like it? How is it model it, and how is it different? So I would say I subtracted because I did. I didn't do where you count on from 5. I didn't count on. I didn't. So I subtracted mine. I drew the total amount and then I figured it out from there. Number 2, why can the arrows point in both directions? So I'm going to draw this up on the screen just so you guys can see it because I think it's very helpful in your learning. So I'm going to draw what they did. I'm going to have a number path here. And I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so here I start out at 6. I am going to jump this way and I'm going to subtract 1. 6 minus 1. I land, I did this wrong, starting at 6. I'm going to subtract, I'm going to stop at 5. So if I need to figure out where I'm starting, my arrow's going to go that way. But if I'm doing 5 plus, I don't know, gets me to 6, because it's the opposite, I'm going to jump this way, heading that way. So now I know that's plus 1. 5 plus 1 gets me to 6. 6 minus 1 on the number lines. So this way on number 2, all I want you to write is this direction. I want you to draw that arrow and put a plus. And then on this arrow, I want you to put a subtraction. The numbers are getting smaller because you're taking away as you move left. This is left, it makes an L. This is right, it makes a backwards L, it's wrong. So you go that way. When you go that way on the number line, you're adding. Numbers are getting bigger. When you go this way, numbers are getting smaller. So that's why the arrows go both ways. Okay. Number 3, apply it. Indy has 7 orange slices. I'm gonna leave that up there just to help you guys out. So it says, Indy has 7 orange slices. She has 7 orange slices. She eats 5. How many does she have left? That means if she eats them, they're gone. She's taking those away. I had so many, I ate some. Now I have this many left. When you have left, that's a keyword that you're subtracting. So it says 7 minus 5 equals, and then 5 plus blank equals 7. So if she ate those 5, but she has this many left over, that will get her her total amount, which is 7. So I'm going to start out at 7. I'm doing this a little bit backwards from what I've been doing. My job is to teach you different strategies, and then you can do which strategy works for you. So I start out at 7. I'm going to jump back 5 spaces. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I know it's 2. Here's where I stopped. I stopped at 2. If I wanted to count on, I could do this. I could do 5, 6, 7. Here's my counting on over here. Okay. I'm going to start at my smallest number like we've been doing. I'm going to count on how many until I get to 7. 5, 6, 7. I have plus 1, plus 1. So that's 1, 2 jumps. 5 plus 2. Do both work? Yes. They're just different strategies. This one, you're jumping back because you're subtracting. You're jumping this way and you're saying minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 jumps going this way to get you to 2. So this is a great way for you to visualize, for you to see. 7 minus 5, I get to 2. Think of this as like the boulders in the hot lava on a video game. You're jumping, you can't touch the hot lava. This one is counting on to subtract. So if I know 5 plus 2 is 7, I can flip it and say 7 minus 5 equals 2, which is what we've been doing. If you need to rewind this and watch this over and over again, please do. I know this is very, very confusing, but I do want to introduce you to both strategies so that way you can choose which one works for you. All right. So now, number 4, there are 9 cats. Okay, there's 9 cats. 4 are black. 9 cats. Out of those, there are 4 that are black. How many are orange? This is our how many. So I have 9 total. 4 are orange. And the rest, 4 are black, it's an L blend. How many are orange? We don't know. So I'm going to go with the old strategy first. I'm going to start at the smallest number, which is 4. I'm going to count on until 9. So here I go. However many jumps I jump is how many are orange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now I know 5 are orange, and then I go +1, +1, +1, +1, +1. You call that labeling your jumps. It's not, I went from 4 all the way to 6 to 8 to then 9. You would get an incorrect number. You need to make sure every one of these is like a toadstool or a big stone in the hot lava. You're jumping on that stone. You're not jumping in the hot lava. You're not skipping over a stone. You're hitting every single one. Now, that is the first way that we did it, where I taught you to count on from the smallest number, stopping at the number you're subtracting from. The other way that we did it was a little bit different, and I just want to show you in case you can do it. So it's 9 minus 4 equals 5. So here I'm going to start out at 9 because I'm going to jump back 4 spaces. I'm subtracting, so I'm jumping this way. The numbers are going to get smaller. 9 minus 4. So I'm going to jump back 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Where do I land? On 5. So both ways I get 5. I just went about it a different way. This way is counting on to subtract, and this is just counting backwards or subtracting on the number line. Okay, so I'm going to trust that you can fill in those equations. 9 equals 4 plus 5. 9 minus 4 equals 5. You could also do 9 minus 5 equals 4. You could also do 9 equals 5 plus 4. We're flipping them all around. Okay, feel free to pause this, rewind it, play it over again, whatever helps you. Okay, all right, we're moving on to page 154. Looks like this. Okay, so let's get started because number 5 has a number line on it as well. And it has that keyword that we learned about in our last session, which is sum, which means we don't know. So that's going to be our blank. It says some children are playing. Let me write that down. Some children are playing. 3 more children come. So remember, this is more, is plus, right? I'm adding more to it. So it's going to get bigger. Now there are 7 children. How many children were there to start? So they want me to solve blank plus 3 equals 7. They also want me to solve 7 minus blank equals blank. I'm going to draw my number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yours is the same thing. It just has boxes around it. Don't let that confuse you. So I have, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to count on to subtract because that's what we've been working on. So I'm going to count on to subtract. I'm going to start at the smallest number, which is 3. I'm going to start there. I'm going to stop at my biggest number, which is 7. So here I go. Remember, everyone gets one. I'm not going to go boop and say it's plus 1 because that's not right. I know 3 plus 1 is not 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I label my jumps plus 1, plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. Now I know 4 plus 3 equals 7. 7 minus 4 equals 3. 7 minus 3 equals 4. Now I could also do it, this is adding, I went this way, but now down here I'm going to subtract, which is going this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So now I'm going to start just how my equation reads. 7 minus, what did I have? I had 3, right? Yeah. 7 minus 3 equals, I don't know. So when you do that, when you do subtraction in the number line, you're going to start with just how it is. Okay, so that's not a 0, that was a circle. So I'm gonna start out at 7 and I'm gonna jump back 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. And then I circle where I landed because it tells me where to stop. So here I knew I had to stop at 7 because that was the end, that's the sum, that's the biggest number. Here I need to stop once I've jumped back those 3 spaces. So I went 1, 2, 3, stop. 7 minus 3 is 4. And then you have to label those jumps. -1, -1, -1. Okay. Awesome job. Number 6. Has no number line. It says a DJ has some balls. So I'll say here's his sum. Jackie takes 3. What does take mean? Take means I'm subtracting, right? If I had some candy and Luke takes 3, I'm losing. That means I'm subtracting 3. DJ still has, now he has 6 balls. How many balls did DJ have to start? So if I don't know what this is, I don't know what do I subtract 3 from that equals 6? I don't know. So what I'm going to do, and the book does this too, is I'm going to flip it to an equation that I do understand. So I know I had 3 because I gave those to a friend, or I gave them to Luke. I still have 6. So this is the total amount because 3 and 6, it's a fact family. Same thing goes for up there. I could say 6 plus 3 equals blank. Okay. I could also say blank minus 6 equals 3 because that's the opposite of that one. So here's your 2 addition and your 2 subtraction. We're just playing with these numbers. So now I can count on, I can say 6, 7, 8, 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here I took 3. I started with 3 and I added 6 fingers and I got 9. We talked before about if you're going to do 1, it's better to start with this one because it has the bigger number first. 6, 7, 8, 9. It takes less time to count on 6 plus 3. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops, 10. So here I have 6 plus 3. I'm going to start out at 6. I'm going to jump forward 3. 1, 2, 3. I stop at 9. Now I know originally DJ had 9 balls. He starts with 9. Jackie takes 3. He still has 6. So what does 6 plus 3 equal? It equals 9. Okay, good job. This is hard stuff. All right, now you're going to keep going. You have these pages. These are the examples. It's just what we've been doing. I've been working on going backwards and forwards on the number line. And I will keep going with you. So I'm going to do number 1 on page 155. That has that weird monster. And actually, let me move my plus and minus up so you can see it. Okay, so it says this way is adding, this way is subtracting, because addition and subtraction are opposites, right? So if one goes this way, the other one goes that way, because they're opposites. If one is giving, the other one is losing. They're opposites, okay? So I'm going to grab a number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, it says 5 children are in a line. More get in the line. So I have 5 children in the line. Some more come. Here's my clue for that. Put a box around it. 5 plus some more. Now there are 7 children in line. How many more children get in? The equation that would be subtraction is 7 minus 5 equals, we don't know. So I'm going to do both ways because if you see subtraction is red in your book and addition is blue. Addition is moving this way where the numbers are getting bigger. Subtraction is getting smaller and they're red. So we're going to do both. So that way you can use whichever strategy works for you. Here I'm going to count on to subtract 5, which means I'm moving this way because I have the plus. So I'm going to start out at 5, which is the smallest number. And stop at 7. I'm going to jump until I get to my 7. I'm going to circle it so I know where to stop. 1, 2. Label those jumps, plus 1, plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now I'm going to do it the opposite way, and I'm going to do it underneath just so you can see. Here I'm going to start with the biggest number. Remember, a subtraction equation, you always start with what comes first in the equation. So 7 starts it, you're going to start with that. Actually, same here, you started with both of them. So I'm going to underline 7, and then I'm going to jump back 5 spots. I'm jumping this way because I'm subtracting. So I'm going to do it underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Circle where I stop, and I'm at 2. I need to label these jumps -1, -1, -1, -1. I did that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, -5. Both work. Isn't this fun? I think this is super fun. So now I want you to keep going through all of these equations and do what I did. If you need to do addition or subtraction, do whichever one is easier for you. I've shown you both ways a couple of times now. This last one says there are 6 cups, 4 are small, how many are big? Who shows how many are big? Remember, you have 6 cups total, you take away 4 that are small, and you have how many are big. So Buzz would be right, right? This is 6 plus 4, that would mean you have 10 cups. You don't, you have 6 cups. So be careful of that. You only have 2 problems to do on your own, and I think you can do it. Good job, guys. Have fun.